walking along. So the countryside has just gotten pretty. My dad dropped me off in Braidwood about 4 hours ago, and tonight I'm staying at the Araluen campground. Or at least that's the plan. Who knows what's going to happen. But just walked through all this boring farmland, and now we're sort of going into more what I was kind of hoping for. There's these butterflies that have just started following me, and it's like they're flirting with me. I think it's really cute. People keep stopping to see if I need a lift anywhere, which is nice, but also it's a bit annoying. Every time I hear the car slowing down, I'm like, oh, here we go again. But you know, what's interesting is often women pulling over, you know, which goes against the stereotype. They see some dude walking along the road, and I could be anybody, and they're like, hey, do you need a lift anyway? Sometimes they think I'm a fool for turning them down, but you know, I'm walking. I'm not driving. Once I've walked enough, maybe then I'll start taking lifts and meeting interesting people. Maybe I'll meet my future wife. Anything's possible. Can you see my shadow? You get to Araluen campground, and from there on it's an unsealed road and there's no cars allowed on it because it's landslides. So as long as I don't get caught in a landslide, it'll be really nice doing some distance walking not on roads, because Australia is not very friendly for hikers. Any of the long distance hikes you can do on trails, you pretty much have to be well versed in outdoor survival skills. It's a pretty harsh country. I know I'm not well versed in those skills, so I'm sort of building up my walking fitness, doing a lot of walks on the roads. And if I do go on a trail, I make sure I know exactly like where I'm going and how long it'll take and all that kind of stuff. But this will be good because it's going to be a few days over the mountains on a dirt road, so it'll kind of feel like I'm hiking in nature. Well, I will be hiking in nature, but not on a road with cars going past. But even so, this is really pretty. And so do a sneaky camp just up there. Though I do think I've got a couple more kilometres in me. Yeah, not feeling too bad. I think I've got about 5 more Ks. until the campgrounds.
The moon is shining, the wine is poured. Don't be afraid of the desert and the storm. You will make it.
Breakfast for hobos.
Down the highway, living off the grid.
Good morning. First night on the walk, Araluen campground.
I see this ancient.
Not bad.
Don't be scared. The night is long, but the moon is shining in the soul. Carry on. Ancient wisdom back in the grove. You will make it your never love, 'cause it's coming on slow. Heart in this slow. Coming on break.
I put the singlet, the white singlet, on the camo tent just so it wasn't quite as camo, because I didn't want some yahoo to run over me in the middle of the night because I'm sleeping in the campground. Camo is good when you're stealth camping, but if there's cars driving around, you kind of don't want to be too camouflaged, especially when it's New Year's Eve tonight. But I'll be staying here. There's, you know, a lot of partying drunk people around. This is a really nice spot. Really nice campground. Probably one of my favourites. Considering I always can't wait to move on whenever I'm camping anyway. I don't really like camping. These like little houses hidden up in the hills by these beautiful creeks. Sort of feels very magical. I know there's 2 campgrounds along the way. It's about 60 kilometres to Moruya. So probably just 2 nights. Big storm due on Sunday. Probably be good to be out of the mountains. I don't know. Yay. There's a council truck collecting all the bins. I don't know if a ranger will come along. I know that all the campgrounds now you're supposed to book because of that disease that's been going around for the last 2 years. They use that as an excuse to charge when everything used to be free. I know this spot used to be free. There's no signs anywhere, but I did see online that you're supposed to book. So I should probably get a move on anyway. Get some walking in before the sun gets too hot. And then find a nice tree to sit under at about midday. Hang out till about 4 PM and then head off again. So just got to pack all this stuff up and drink that whole litre of water, and then the first objective is to refill my water bottles. Hopefully there'll be a tap somewhere in Araluen. Well, fare thee well, Araluen campground. At least I think it's Araluen campground. There were no signs, and I don't have any reception on my phone. But I was walking along and I was pretty tired, and I saw this campground and I thought, damn, that looks nice. So we're back on the road and it's 9 AM. First priority is to find a tap with drinking water in it, refill my bottles. In the meantime, it's quite nice not having all that extra water weight. But it's going to be a scorcher. It's really hot already. I think it's due to get to about 35 and I'll be in the mountains. So before I get to that dirt road, I really want to have 6 litres of water. Some would call that overkill. Some would say that's not enough. I don't know. I don't really want to drink from a creek unless I absolutely have to. I do have these water purification pills, but I haven't tried them yet. I am hesitant to get some kind of waterborne bacteria in my guts. So we're walking down the main street of Araluen. The dogs are just going nuts every time I approach. If there's a dog, it starts barking. And I'm just minding my own business. But I don't know, maybe they don't like my blue shirt. Maybe it's my horrible hair. Anyway. I don't know where to get water from. It's not really a good sign that I think I've just walked through the entire town and I couldn't find a tap. Every house had a front gate. I'm not that keen on knocking on someone's door. I don't really like telling people what I'm doing. I'm just not much of a conversationalist. I'm always worried they're going to offer their annoying fucking opinion on how I shouldn't be doing this. I mean, the whole point of doing this is to get away from people like that. But I do need water. Maybe I will be drinking out of the Deua River. Hello. Hello. Well, in that entire friggin' town, not one bloody tap. Every house had a front gate and an angry dog, it seemed. So I don't suggest Araluen. It's a shithole. But this is alright. I've still got about 2.5 litres of water. And I'm gonna have to drink out of the river. Gonna have to break that virginity. Break that virginity, lose my river drinking virginity. I have no choice. Look. The road ahead is unsuitable for caravans, so this is good news. We're reaching the end of the sealed road and I can just walk unimpeded by having to be polite to passing motorists.
You will make it, you always did. Down the highway, living off the grid. I want you, you want me too. I see this ancient belief.
Years helped build this fence, rebuild this fence after the fires.
Private, keep out, get off my fucking land. It's my fucking land, you can't be on it.
I own all these trees. See all these trees? They're mine. I own them, and if you go on them, I'll prosper. If someone walks along a trail in the middle of the bush that you happen to fucking own, it's not like you're doing anything with it.
You will make it when you're
It's nearly 11 o'clock, and
coming slow with this heart in this slow.
made a noise. It's nearly 11 o'clock. I really need to get down there. Probably can't see there's a river down there. At some point, this track has to meet up with the river, and I am jumping in the river. And I'm going to sit out the extreme heat of this day.
All those words as you.
Oh man, I just had a dip and cooled down a bit. It's past 11 o'clock. I'm really hoping there's somewhere. You're not the only one filming. Really hoping there's somewhere in the next hour where I can just get down by the river shore that isn't private property, so I can just relax and get in the water. Yeah, it's getting hot. So this road in the middle of fucking nowhere is absolutely amazing. It's a really hot day and I was actually worried about my water situation. And then this lady pulled over and gave me some water, told me to give her a call if I get stuck, told me that at the campground, which is only 5 k's away now, a bloke called Felix will probably move me on in the morning, but he's alright. It's not like I'm in trouble, he'll just say I'll keep walking. And then this dude just pulled over. And he's like, I'm like, hey, how you going? He's like, want a beer, mate? And I'm like, fuck yeah. He's like, it's New Year's Eve, and he gives me 2 of these cold beers out of the esky. Captain Sensible. This is the best New Year's of my life. Cheers. Australian Outback. I'm not getting dehydrated out here.